Everything you've ever learned in school was almost certainly an attempt to explain the same thing to you. The same thing I am trying to explain right now in about 90 minutes, give or take. The grand totality of all of this human being and all the other human beings it exists in relation to. Over and over again, it's been taught to you with different languages, from different angles and dimensions and viewpoints, but ultimately the same thing. Unfortunately, perhaps in the misguided interest of making things easier, this probably wasn't itself explained to you, at least not in this way. You were taught these subjects separately, likely without much, if any, articulation of how they relate to each other. And you were told you were learning them because it was important, or because you would need it for a job in the future, or because whatever, sit down and shut up. So even though you've most likely been told the same thing over and over again, in at least 4 languages, you probably still don't really get it. What is this? This body, this complex of parts, what is it composed of? How does it all work, like actually? For the longest time, my body felt like a black box to me, an unknowable mystery just spitting out random physical experiences and consequences that I couldn't even hope to begin to understand. The 3 years of courses across the expanses of biology, chemistry, and physics later, I have some answers and I want to share. It is a lot, so bear with me, but think how nice it'll be in the end when you feel like you actually really do get it. Anyway, I think the best way to explain everything is to start at the very innermost, smallest, and most fundamental part of us, the quantum layer, which is also the oldest part. And then work our way both forwards through time and outwards through the layers of the body until we arrive at the human being as we recognize it, doing behaviors. Well, this starting point, this quantum layer, is the realm of mathematics, the strange place. It's the bit without anything material really or recognizable that we can hang on to in trying to describe it. This is what we find when we grab a person and we pinch zoom and expand deeper and deeper and deeper into their biological tissue, within organs, then within cells, then within the components in cells, until all we see is just a chemical soup of molecules and ions swarming against each other. And then we zoom even further until the soup becomes a lattice mesh of interlacing atoms of different hues and vibrations. And then we zoom further still again to where there is only light and electricity in a particular pattern of occurrence. And then we zoom further again still to within these shells of electrical lightning to where it is mostly empty vacuum apart from motion at the center of this enclosure of empty vacuum. Waving undulations of the very fabric or ocean or substrate of this vacuum. My allegation is that this formless darkness, this substrate upon which the waveforms of everything that exists are expressed, that it is space-time, that it is gravity, that they are the same thing, that the substrate of space-time is the same as the material thing of gravity. Now, you don't necessarily have to agree with me, and indeed, when all this is said and done, you can fight me outside about it if you want. And actually, please do, because how else will I learn? But my rationale is simple. The distinctions that I see drawn between space-time and the phenomenon of that space-time bending and curving in relation to objects within it, they don't feel necessary. In any case, this is our starting point. It is the entire field in which all that happens.